I want the 44 of you to get up, turn around, identify your pain in the medical profession or kids, because they are not free anything. They are truly unique individuals. I'm going to spend some time discussing with you the importance of diversity in our educational programs and in our health profession. And I'm going to use this time to talk about some of the things that you and I talked about. Before I do that, I'm going to show you the pre-med view of the selection process. And I'd like to show that to you because, as you heard about yesterday, that may be how you saw it up to this point. But in fact, unless you provide us with that information that makes you very unique to all of us, that's the way that we're going to get to learn how you will contribute yourself. Okay? So unless you want to be that big, okay, we expect amazingly good essays from all of you. And we look forward to reading. Okay. So let's spend a little time talking about how we celebrate diversity. And this is a personal view. It's not my institutional view, but it's my personal view. And I think it's one that most of us embrace. And we celebrate diversity predominantly through integration. What we mean by that is full participation of all people in terms of equality, in terms of cooperation in civil society. We do not speak of merely desegregation or assimilating to the mainstream, and we also don't think of it as just for racial and ethnic minorities. So what I want to do is give you the medical point of view, because someday as you become health professionals yourself, and you ask yourself, what was the benefit of having a diverse experience in a diverse class? We're going to have some answers here. The first is that we have a large number of people who we don't serve well in this country. As you know, we have a growing number of Americans, 44 million and counting, who do not have health insurance in this country. And we have an even larger number of people who, although have health insurance, have other cultural, environmental, socioeconomic, religious, gender choice, other issues that prevent them from being well served by our medical profession. And we're going to give you 3 examples today of groups that are like that, and why it's important to include all of you within our class. But this is as good as you can do for PowerPoint in a coach seat. There's a small group of people that we have considered underrepresented in medicine, and that's a group that's generally underserved. Okay? There's a larger group that includes that group that is underserved. Some of them are well represented, but not well heard. And then there's the rest of us. Okay? And we all must serve everyone else. So let's talk first about racial and ethnic diversity, because this is the way that most of the time we tend to define who needs extra services or who is underserved in this country. And this is data from the last census. And if you look at this data, if you define the majority of people in the U.S. as white persons not of Hispanic origin, it's come down to be only 69% of the population. 31% of the population is the remainder, which means non-white persons who may be of Hispanic origin. If you look at health disparities among our ethnic minorities, it's been well known. The study in 1985, one of the first to look at this in a systematic way, identified excess deaths from 6 health conditions among minority populations. Common things: cancer, cardiovascular disease, stroke, chemical dependency, diabetes, unintentional injuries, and infant mortality. This is in this country.